Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. I'm Keith Armour, I'm the Education and Homework Support Manager. We are down here at the main library and we're going to be talking about Earth Day today. It's actually tomorrow, Friday, April the 22nd. I'm going to point out a couple of fun events that are happening. We're bringing back our community plant swap. And of course, we're going to talk about some resources for the backyard gardener. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive. Well, all right, we've arrived at our website, cincinnatilibrary.org. We're going to go right up here in the catalog, and we're going to use keyword first. We'll type in Earth Day and see what we get. We're going to click there, and we get actually 307 results for Earth Day. You'll notice when I scroll through, a lot of these are titles for children. It's a great topic to talk to your children or your grandchildren or your nieces or your nephews about Earth Day. And of course, if you're an educator, it's a great opportunity to talk about Earth Day as well. So if you want to find out a little bit more, remember you can look in our catalog over here under the format. But you can also come down here to audience and click on audience, and you can see the adults, we have 189 for Earth Day. For children, and 157 titles, and then for teens, 4 titles as well. Now, don't forget, you can also search Earth Day by going here and going down to subject. So I'm going to click on subject, and let's see what our results are this time. And there's 80 results. Once again, there's some, the format's 58 books, 20 ebooks, 13 picture books. There's even a streaming audio book here as well. And then I still have the audience feature open. And so on here, when it comes to subject, we have 83 children's books, 10 adults, and 1 teen book. So you might want to look at the different ways to search our catalog because we have such a huge collection. You definitely want to search by different ways. And a keyword is great and subject is great. Of course, if you know the title of a book, you definitely can go there as well. Now, we're going to go back to the main page. We're going to go to research databases right over here in the blue banner. We're going to click there. And I bet you're wondering, where are we going to go from here when it comes to Earth Day? Well, we're going to click over here to Nature and Science and Nature. And you'll notice that's right down here is the Science Reference Center. So we're going to click here. Now, this reference center is easy access to 90 full-text science magazines, more than 270 reference books, and nearly 1,300 full-text biographies on such topics as physical science, applied science, earth and space science, and I could go on and on and on. But we're going to click there. Remember, it has a little library card symbol here, so when you're outside the library, you might get another window that pops up that tells you that you need to put in your library card number and your PIN. And don't forget, if you're an Ohio resident, you can have a library card with us. Just give us a call at 513-369-6900 or drop by one of our 41 locations. Now, when you look at it, you can see there's applied science, physical science, earth sciences, scientists, life sciences, and of course space sciences and astronomy. But we're going to come right up here, and I know you know what I'm going to type in. I'm going to type in Earth Day, and I'm going to hit search. And when I hit Earth Day, when I type in Earth Day, I'm coming back with 2,099 different articles. Now, you can over here move the dates, so I can actually physically move them there. And remember, Earth Day started right around the 70s. And so I can change it a little bit there too, okay? So I can really refine the search. We didn't get rid of too many, but we want to make it a little bit closer to home. You also see the different types here. We've marked all results, that's the default. But if you just want to find magazines or books or other reviews of different things, when the topic of Earth Day, you can check that. You can even go to publication right here, okay? Now, what I love about this is the PDF full text. And this is pretty amazing. I'm going to click on, this is the table of contents. Now look at how many things that they go over in this particular publication. We're going to click on the full text, and this is a quick study reference guides. It was an ebook, 2013, but it is about our planet. So our planet's been around a while, and here over here is the same list, the table of contents. But you'll notice that there's a little button right here, and that's where you could download a particular chapter. And once again, this is a quick study academic on the Earth. And look at how the great details, you can do so many things here. You can look at the interior of the Earth, and when you're talking to your kids, your grandkids, or your nieces or nephew, you can actually talk about all of these things, and it keeps loading in. In just a moment, it's going to scroll a little bit, and see there, it just pops back in. And you also noticed it was going down. So if you wanted, if your child is just interested in one particular aspect of the Earth, that would be a great thing to do here. Now I'm going to let it load back in. There we go. And I want to point out right up here in this white bar, you can add it to a folder. And when you add it to a folder, they're going to ask you to just set up a short little, it's going to be very easy to set that up. You can save the pages. You can even email pages to yourself, or if your grandchild is very interested in it, you can email them the information. You can, of course, print the pages, and don't forget, in our libraries, you can come and print for free. I'm not sure if you could print the entire thing at one time, but you can definitely print for free. You can cite the article, you can export it, you can just have a link to it, and then you can even add it to your Google Drive as well. Let's go back to results. We're going to come right here. We're not going to go to the arrow up here. We're going to go to the result list, because we're still searching Earth Day, and we're searching it from 1970 to this year. Now, of course, Gaylord Nelson, he was a senator, and he is the founder of Earth Day, so you can definitely read about that. Here's another one. Here's an Happy Earth Day. Now, I want to point out this. This is from Scholastic News, and when I taught third grade, we would always get Scholastic News. And look at the date for this. It's April the 11th, 2022. So if I click right here, this is the part of Scholastic News that dealt with with Earth Day. So here is, if I was still teaching third grade, this is talking about Senator Gaylord Nelson and going over the different things here. 1 billion, that's about the number of people around the world who celebrate Earth Day. And that many people holding hands could wrap around the world about 18 times. I don't know if you remember Hands Across America, but that would be a big accomplishment, holding hands with 8 billion people. And then here's some questions as well. But that's how up to date this is, because this was just last week's little article in the Scholastic News. So that is a great, Jane Goodall is a wonderful individual as well. So definitely check out the Science Reference Center. It has all sorts of different things, and especially anything science, you want to go up here to the search part, and then you're going to hit search here. You can do an advanced search and even look at your search history, but at the very beginning, you can divide, you can find out, oh, is it applied science? Are we looking up scientists? And of course, they also have a featured article over here as well. Now, those teachers out there are lesson plans, there's science experiments here as well, and there's other things here as well, even worksheets. And those are the popular resources that are there. So that's the Science Reference Center. Now, what I'd like to do, and I always do it, I'm going to go back to the main page, and we're going to go to Stream and Download. Because maybe you want to help your carbon footprint and not actually come to our building and just download something. Don't forget, you can manage your whole library account with our app. And so you can get it from the Apple Store or from Google Play. But we're going to go to Libby first. And remember, Libby and Overdrive are the same thing. But when I like to show you at Lunch and Learn, I always go to Overdrive in the browser. And when I'm at home looking for things, I like to go here. So I'm going to look at Overdrive here. And don't forget, it is Autism Awareness Month as well. So don't forget about that. These are some great materials to learn a little bit more about autism. We're going to click right up here. And of course, we are going to type in the words of the day. And that is Earth Day. And then we're going to hit search. Now, we come back with 309 results, and you'll notice that when we're just looking at the titles, it does look like there's a lot of titles for children. And once again, I've told you many times, or if this is your first time for a Lunch and Learn, available means that item is available. You can borrow it right away. If it's white up here, it says waitlist. So you click there and you're automatically put on a wait list, and will notify you when the book is ready to check out. Now, if you just want to look at what's available now, go right over here to available now. Click there. And now all of the items that you could check out right this very minute are right there for you. And that brings the list down to, wow, believe it or not, 246. Not bad. Now, maybe you do not want a title for children. You can go here. The juvenile is our children's collection. General adult, 88 items. And then young adult, that is tweens and teens, that would be 6 items here. You can also look at when it was added to our collection, either the last 3 months or last 6 months, and then you can look at the different formats that you want as well. Okay. Now, since we're here, I'm going to go back to the main page of Overdrive. And remember, Overdrive and Libby are the same. You definitely, if you're going to use it on a device, not a computer, definitely download the Libby app. It runs really, really well. It really is a great one. Now, I do want to point out, if you are taking care of Earth Day, I would highly recommend that you check out Garden Prep. Our weather, of course, has been absolutely crazy. It's supposed to be, I think, in the 80s this weekend. I don't know, but we're going to see all here. This is a great time of the year because of the rain, because of the snow, because of whatever. It's a great time if you have had a garden, to do things around the garden. Not necessarily plant anything right now. You could plant some hardy plants, but our final frost isn't supposed to happen until maybe at the end of April. And around here in the Cincinnati area, they always say don't really plant anything outside until Mother's Day. Of course, you want to give your mother something first before you plant anything. But here's Garden Prep. There are 143 titles here for Garden Prep. It's a great time to clean those flower beds out. And of course, if you have some type of garden that you're going to grow vegetables, that's a great way to get the kids involved and also have a tangible thing that you can say, well, this is what we did for Earth Day. We cleaned up our garden and we're going to try to reduce our carbon footprint. And here's a lifelong gardener here as well. And of course, if you want to get into composting, let it rot. And they'll tell you all about that. Here's Mini Farming Bible. Martha's Flowers, all sorts of great things here. Now, if I want to click on Available Now, that's going to change it to 44 items, okay? So you've got 44 items there. But what a great way to actually get into gardening and make a great start to Earth Day. I do the square foot gardening method. I do believe it's on the second page here. There's square foot gardening for kids, and that's available. And of course, there's urban gardening for dummies. I have checked that book out as well. But there's square foot gardening there. That's the way that I garden. So definitely check that out. Now I'm going to go back to stream and download, and we're going to go to my other favorite is Hoopla, because remember Hoopla, you can check out these items, and we're going to type in Earth Day up here once again, and everybody could check out these items. So if something is in our collection, it's not available, always check Hoopla to see if it's available here. So the only bad thing with Hoopla is that it's going to take, it's going to say we have 13,018 items on Earth Day. Not necessarily. It might be the word Earth or day in there. So you won't go too far in this list, especially if you go down towards the very bottom. You'll notice that we're going to go to the next, and that's going to be a lot of items to search. But remember, you can go to format here, and we can eliminate. Here's the ebooks, 7,000, audiobooks, 1,900. There's some movies and television, and we could even do release dates as well. And then the date added to our collection, okay? And of course, you can look at just children's titles or even exclude abridged titles as well. So that is a great way to look at different things. You can go to the ebooks here, and a lot of times if you are looking right here is Plan Your Garden, click here, and these items are always available. So there's 17 here, and this is a great time to to plan your garden. And here's 17 items, the family garden plan right here. Some great ways to really kind of get started. I started gardening about 7 years ago, and I absolutely love it. The last thing I want to show you, of course, is Canopy. We're going to go down here. We're going to go to the browser, and there's Earth Day. Celebrate Earth Day. And remember, you get 15 credits. And so here are the titles, and they've changed it up a little bit. So here's sustainable. And if I move my mouse, it's going to tell me a lot of information. It's going to tell me when it was produced, when it was made, and it's an hour and 31 minutes. I can even add it to my watch list. It's going to show me the different categories that comes under. It's a documentary, it's about science, and of course, agriculture and geology. I can say see more. If I click here, I'm going to see a little bit more. Now, the only thing that I don't particularly care for Canopy is that they don't provide a preview or a trailer. So sometimes what I do is I copy this, put it into a Google, I search Google, and I find the trailer, and I can actually find out if I really want to watch or waste one of my 15 credits. But just all sorts of great things here. The entire series of Ken Burns, the National Parks, America's Great Best Idea is here. So that's 11 hours and 36 minutes. And you can do that. There's also other ones from PBS on here as well. So definitely check that out. The last thing I'm going to point out real quick, and clicking on this one, I already previewed it and put it right, bookmarked it. That's the word that I'm looking for. This is an event that's happening over at Pleasant Ridge, and it's happening this Saturday from 10 until 12. And it is our community plant swap. We had one down at the main library a couple of weeks ago, and here's another opportunity to visit a beautiful branch, the Pleasant Ridge branch. And then, of course, if you're an experienced gardener or looking to start a new hobby, you are welcome. Come share a plant or two or more. They can be potted plants, bulbs, seeds, seedlings, or cuttings for procreation. Just be prepared to leave a plant behind in exchange for something new to you. And it says, please label your plants and let them know. And of course, you are going to have all this information right here, and I'll make sure you put a link in this so you'll know exactly where to go there. And also, well, they already did that one, but you definitely want to head over to the Pleasant Ridge Library for the plant swap. All right, I'm going to click out and tell you a few more things. All right, get out, enjoy Earth Day. Don't forget about our plant swap. And of course, you can start digging up that backyard garden and getting ready for the May planting. I'll see you next time for Lunch and Learn.